America's next 9/11 type of event is something that is unexpected. It's not going to be trench warfare with aliens and robots and fighting all across the streets, buildings being torn down. It's actually going to be worse. It's going to be a cyber attack on our national power grid, a nationwide blackout. With everything going digital, going from cash to digital, everything is being digitized. What are you going to do when the power goes out? Well, we have a video on what to do exactly, how to prepare for that. But besides the point, you need to be prepared, especially before we dive into how this cyber attack is going to wreck us. You need a good flashlight. This flashlight, which you can brighten up the entire room, get two. Buy two, get one free in the link down below. But this flashlight is also waterproof, so if you live in Florida or rainy area, you get it wet, it is waterproof, and it also lights up to 900 feet. And you can also interrogate somebody with this feature right here. If you're a police officer or you're part of the CIA, this is a great light. Also fits in the palm of your hand, and you don't need 4 AA batteries like other flashlights for this to work, or you don't need 2 D batteries for this flashlight. You don't need to carry this big flashlight around, just this, and you're good to go. Now, without giving the enemy any leeway or knowledge, we're just gonna state the facts about what has happened in the past. Back in 2015, 2016, malware by Russian hackers has been infiltrated into the Ukraine power grid, and it was successful in shutting down their power grid, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without power. Now, also back in 2021, the Colonial Pipeline was hacked by hackers. Hackers were able to hack into fuel transporters and shut them down, causing major fuel shortages across the United States. Now, our power grid is extremely vulnerable. Aside from cyber attacks, the Texas power grid back in 2021, the February winter storm, which is actually normal temperatures up north in Michigan, Minnesota, northern states. However, the Texas power grid couldn't handle that type of weather. Some people may say, oh, well, Texas is not built for that, blah, blah, blah. But that just shows you how vulnerable our power grid is, because all 256 counties of Texas was affected by this winter storm, leaving millions of homes without power. Another fact, malware that is out there, also known as In-Destroyer Crash Override, these types of very, very deadly types of malware is specifically designed to target electric power grid ICS. What does that mean? ICS stands for Industrial Control Systems. Basically, this is the working components of the power grid. For example, you have the SCADA, EMS, PLCs, RTUs, all those different components of the power grid where they send signals to each other. That is where hackers have their best advantage. They can manipulate signals that are sent to other stations, similar to a company or a business that has a CEO, CFO, employees, managers. They need to communicate with each other. For example, if the CEO tells the manager to fire the employees, but then a hacker comes in, somehow hacks the CEO's phone or the other manager's phone and tells them, oh no, don't fire them, actually give them a bonus. That would screw up the company, right? That's exactly what hackers can do with the US power grid. They can manipulate messages. And mind you, the US power grid must be balanced second by second. There can't be any mishaps. Now, when you combine cyber attacks like that compared to what we have here in the US, 2023 was by far the year with the most encounters of individuals on the terrorist watch list coming through the US borders. Over 505 individuals on the watch list, was 429 of those occurring on the northern border. Now, to make matters worse on our US power grid, with the upcoming AI revolution all the way from now to 2030, it is expected that data center power demand could double or triple by 2030, putting significant stress on the power grid. Now, with the invention of AI and its beautiful ways of transforming this world, it also has downsides. Number one, it puts an immense amount of pressure on our power grid because they take up so much energy. You need a lot of data centers in order for AI to work properly. But that comes at a cost with its power consumption. Now, when you combine our already weakened US power grid with cyber attackers and highly trained hackers combined with terrorist cells are already in this country as we speak, we have a major problem on our hands. Now, for more videos like this, more content like this, subscribe to WhatAGreatLight, and also if you have any questions, comments, concerns, list them down below, and have a great rest of your day.